This is mechanical damage. In this video, we will unpack the patterns and the routines that lead to mechanical damage and what's actually happening in the hair salon.
I am back! What it do, baby?
So my question to you is, are you ready? Are you ready to let go of things that are no longer serving you? In the hair salon, the most important step is the shampoo. So if you're looking for a hairstylist and they don't shampoo hair, then you need to keep looking. I need us to stop penalizing the stylist that we found real quick or that we got referred to by somebody else, maybe from work or in the family. We have to stop blaming every cosmetologist for that, because again, every video you will see of mine, there will just be one client there. Sometimes there may be one client in my chair, one under the dryer, but it's always for a purpose. Nobody's ever just sitting there. So the very first thing that I'm doing is detoxing her scalp. Whether it's your first appointment with me, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, I don't live with you and I don't know what you were doing or where you were at prior to sitting in my chair. So the shampoo is mandatory. I used to have people that said like, oh, well, can I bring my own shampoo? Nope. The only way that anybody was bringing their own shampoo or conditioner was if it was recommended by their dermatologist because they had some type of scalp infection. But today, every year, right? I won't even say every year. I'll give it every 4 to 6 months. Every 4 to 6 months, there's a new craze. There's a new trend that is taking women by storm. And year after year, standing behind the chair, instead of actually doing your work, instead of actually doing what you came there for and what you paying $300 a week to work in the room for, you are actually combating YouTube. And this has been the truth for years. Now, today in 2025, the majority of Black women are going towards the professionals and they're straying away from listening to YouTubers and the whole do-it-yourself thing. They're getting away from that. But the truth of the matter is, a whole lot of the situations that you guys are in, you're in this situation because you believe that if you don't use blow dryers, if you don't use flat irons, then somehow you are immune to damage. And when we think about some of the worst breakage, some of the worst thinning, and some of the worst balding that we see, they are all with people who wear protective styles and locks and things of that nature. These are things that I want you to think about. And this is not a moment where I'm like shaming anybody, because even once people sign up for my 7-day challenge, they still have a really hard time breaking free from it because it's a mental block. But guess what? I'm here to break you from it. And I don't care who feels like what about it. This is from one of the gurus. She said, thanks for this video. It's perfect timing and I'm definitely taking your advice going forward. I'm in your 7-day challenge and I must admit I didn't follow the advice that you shared. I have fine hair and I've been doing twists and mini braids, but I'm really tired of the process of installation, the takedown, because my hair keeps breaking off and has remained the same length for years. You're absolutely right. There's nothing protective about those hairstyles. They are more for convenience and due to laziness, unfortunately. Now, these are conversations of us are not going to have. It's just the truth. You won't want to hear this, but I don't really care. Team Natural made you feel okay to be lazy. When it comes to mini braids and mini twists and all of the things, yeah, they look real cute now. They look real cute now. What I do for a living is treat the women who are going to disagree with me. I am the woman that women say sorry to every day. Every single day. See, I'm so sorry I didn't listen to you. You were right. I know. And the reason that I'm saying I know I was right isn't because I'm being boastful or bragging or anything like that. It's because I have spent the last 8 years of, the last 10, 11 years studying the human scalp. So I can give you these answers so you don't have to go bald. But the thing is, most black women have decided not to listen. And when you look at the scalps, if you get two control groups, one control group of women who do round brush, flat irons every 2 weeks, you get them in one group. And then you get another group of women who's always doing wash and goes and twist outs and mini twists and mini braids and always greasing the scalp. That group of women is going to be the group of women with the thinning, with the shedding, with the single strand knots. That's the group of women who's going to have the excessive alopecia and traction alopecia from wearing the wigs, because most of the team natural girlies are the ones with the wigs on. After they get tired of the natural look and the fro, they will slap a wig on. Obviously, not everybody, but that's the truth of the matter. And that leads to some of the tension as well. But we are under the impression that because you're black, right, you have to do twists and braids and things of that nature. And the thing is this, most people will come across my channel, right, and you'll hear me say like, no, mini braids and twist and braids and all of the things are not protective. It's not the thing that you're supposed to be going to for growth. And because the people who are promoting that to you, if you believe me, you can't believe them. You can't listen to two things at one time. So that's the same exact thing for the woman who was just honest, right? Who was just honest, saying, you know what, Sin, you are absolutely right. By the way, the video that you're seeing right now, that is when I used to have self-fusion therapy. This is all the hairstylists that used to use it and stuff. It was a great product. I do not want to sell hair products, but I digress. So as it pertains to her not listening, right? The reason that she didn't listen is because the voices on YouTube that tell you not to shampoo your hair, not to comb your hair, not to brush your hair, to do flat twists and mini braids, because that's what's going to grow your hair, their voices are louder. And they are the ones that are showing you, look at my hair, look how long my hair is, versus somebody like you. My hair just done on the video. I'm not trying to pull out length checks, and I'm not playing in my hair on YouTube. I refuse to do that, right? As a scientist, there's not one time that I learned from one of my instructors where they like did experiments on themselves to make a demonstration to me. That's not what type of teacher I am. Okay, but because the majority of people that you learn from, they'll show you like, hey, you just twist it like this, and all you got to do is use this and put this on the scalp, and then you'll be fine. Everybody is literally in this mental illusion, in this mental block. And even when you pay $150 for information, you choose not to follow any of the information that you paid for. You then choose to listen to the people who are on YouTube. Why? Because their voices are louder. So these are the things that I want you to think about. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I need you to think about these things, and I need you to keep your eyes open. And if there's anybody on YouTube that tells you to do anything, go look at the track record. Go back to their earliest videos. What were they doing way back then, and where is their hair now? And have their tunes changed? Are they saying the same thing today in 2025 as they were saying way back when? Or have things changed? And I think that you'll find that the majority of the people that you followed, they aren't saying anything similar to the things that they were saying when you started following them 10 years ago. They're actually starting to sound a lot like me. And those are the things that I want you to listen to and pay attention to. I'm not one of those people, oh, this person copied my content, because I don't view myself as a content creator. I am a scientist, and I study the human body. So it won't be a weird thing for somebody else who actually begins to study the science of the human body to be saying the same thing as me, because everybody's heart is basically the same. There are minor differences, but everybody has a heart, everybody has lungs, kidneys, all of the things. The workings of the inner body are the same. So if I sound, or if somebody sounds like me, and they didn't sound like me before, it's because they're actually learning now, right? But again, I want you guys to look at your twists, and I want you to look at the mini braids or the locks and all of these different styles that you call a protective style. Where is their density today versus where it was back then? These are the things that you have to pay attention to, and you guys are not paying attention. Let's do it.
Section from the front, and I split that into 2 small pieces. So I'll show this a little bit. You can barely see it, but I split it into 2 very small pieces. And I start off as if I'm twisting, and I just twist around each other. And I just grab hair, and I twist, I wrap it around each other. And each time I wrap, I grab more hair and keep twisting. I notice I'm not trying to do a flat twist tutorial just yet. So, you know, if you can't see how I do it, I apologize.
Focus too much on getting this. Ooh, be careful not getting your eye. This is going to be messy because I'm doing this on camera. But, sorry. Yeah, so I'm just concentrating on getting this in my roots and my scalp. And I'm actually going to go in the shower afterwards after I get this all through my hair. And I'm just going to rinse this out. And when you rinse it out, the shampoo, the diluted shampoo is actually going to run through the hair and cleanse the hair also. So there's no need to get this all in your hair because the shampoo is going to cleanse as it rinses anyway. Okay? So I'm just applying all over. Just everywhere. Alright, so it's been 3 weeks since I put my kidney twister and I've not washed my hair once. So I'm actually going to be washing my hair today. I'm going to share it with you guys how I'm going to wash them. So I basically just want to focus on cleaning my scalp and ridding my hair, my scalp of product buildup. So I'm going to be using the Curl Line Cream Curl Cleanser. I'm not familiar with this product line. This is the first time I'm using this product. However, it is a sulfate-free shampoo. So I want to make sure I focus on not stripping my hair with oils or anything of that nature because it's in braids. So first thing I'm going to do is take this empty bottle, ignore this label. I'm just using bottles. And I'm going to be putting just a little bit of the shampoo. I don't know if you guys can see that. And rinse through your water. Conditioner by Curls as my deep conditioner, but I no longer use it as a deep conditioner because it's not intensive enough. So instead, I now use this as my facial treatment. So all I do is add 2 parts of this conditioner, 1 part oil, 2-1 ratio, and just apply it in my hair, just like sit in my hair for either like 20, 30 to a whole hour before I actually get my whole shampoo and conditioner. But my main component to my deep conditioner, I now use the Giovanni line. I actually like this. I'm not crazy about the shampoo, but the conditioner I love because it just makes my hair feel like really silky. It just doesn't feel like my hair is a breeze to detangle and it's so slick and just adds a lot of slip to it. But I use the 50-50 and take in my kitchen and show you exactly what it is that I had and how I had those particular ingredients. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, so welcome back. You can just ignore the huge gap. Yeah, I'm big, whatever. So I have my empty container here that I'm going to start with. And I, of course, am going to start with my Giovanni conditioner. This is going to be the base for my deep conditioner. Hopefully you can see through this. And I'm not exact at all with the measurements. I kind of just go based on feel, I guess. So that's about as much as I've added. The next thing that I add is oil, and this is my oil blend. Also, you can substitute the Giovanni for your favorite conditioner. I just like Giovanni. So I'm just going to add in my oils. This is my oil blends and my favorite oils. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. Oop, I just made this. Not too much. Oh, yeah, just add for that. And I'm going to mix that in. I'm probably going to end up adding more conditioner because this doesn't look like it's going to be even half great enough. Better to have too much than not enough. The next thing that I add is going to be this. This is coconut milk. And coconut milk usually comes comes in a can. I don't really use a lot of the coconut milk. I only use like a small amount. This is a tablespoon I'm using here to mix in my product. So I'm just going to take a tablespoon of the coconut milk and add it in. The coconut milk is another good natural moisturizer for hair. So, and one thing that you want to know about coconut milk is that it can lump up on you if you let it settle. Like I said, coconut milk comes in a can, so since I don't use all of the coconut milk, I put it in this airtight container, and you can freeze it, and that will help keep your coconut milk lasting longer. Because if you just keep it in a can, it's only going to last about 1 to 2 days. So you want to seal it and put it in your freezer until you need it again. So this is what it looks like now. And now I'm going to add in my favorite, pure honey, which is of course another natural moisturizer, which also serves as a humectant. And I kind of added too much there, but there it is. And the honey's thick, so it's going to help give your conditioner that thick consistency. So if your conditioner is too runny, you should just kind of add more of the honey to kind of thicken it up. Because I like my deep conditioners to be thick, because it's just a lot easier to apply in my hair. And you can see it mixes really well, so. And this does seem a bit runny, so I'm just going to add more of the Giovanni conditioner, because that also helps with picking out the viscosity of the conditioner. Okay, and that's just about done, so just how much here. And the last thing I'm adding is this. This is the Shea Moisture line. This is their massage bath and body oil. It has a really, really pleasant purpley scent. And I actually checked the ingredients, and there are a lot of natural, actually there's only like natural oils in this, such as olive, safflower, sweet almond, jojoba, and other essential oils. So you can actually use this not only for your body, but your hair as well. So because I love the scent of this product, I add just a few drops. Actually, I got a little more. Just a few drops, of this oil, just to kind of give my conditioner some fragrance and scent. Just something pleasant. And just from adding that little bit, I can like really smell it in my conditioner. So this is it. This is the finished look. Sometimes it comes out a little bit more thicker. You can kind of play around.
Now, I would run out of money if we put a dime on the table for every time I said that hair weathering takes anywhere between 6 months to 25 years to show itself, right? And so when we talk about hair weathering and follicle miniaturization, which we've done lectures on, I'll leave both of those videos in the description box below so I don't have to dive too deep into it today, right? When we talk about hair follicle miniaturization for a minute, this is something that happens slowly over time, right? And it happens when you mix products. For example, if you have a shampoo that is already formulated and then you put water inside of it, you completely destroy the what do you call it? The pH level. You completely destroyed the pH level. The formula is nothing like it was before, and whatever antimicrobial effects it had are now completely gone because you've diluted the solution. And that's the point, right? When you are learning, right, let's say shampoo for an example, how to make shampoo or how to formulate it for an example, for you to get an exact amount of potency for it to be able to remove certain microbes, there has to be a certain percentage of certain additives. But if water is introduced or if any other thing is introduced, that thing is now thrown off, right? So when you do something like that, or when you add oils and honey and coconut oil and all of the things, literally in that clip, that clip has literally everything that I have made videos about. I tell y'all not to put coconut oil in your hair. I tell you not to mix oils and things of that nature in hair products that are already made. I tell you not to sit different oils and things of that nature on the scalp. I tell you that mini twists are not protective styles, and they're not a thing that is going to help you hold on to length. It's not going to keep your hair healthy. So my question to you is, when you see YouTube videos of people who used to do the things that I tell you not to do over 10 years ago, and then you see them today and they don't have hair, why doesn't a light bulb go off to make you say like, dang, maybe she does know what she's talking about? You know why? Because most of the people who are now have thinning hair or going bald or wherever the case may be from the practices that I tell you guys not to do, most of those people give you an excuse of something medical, okay? Like it'll be some type of medical condition or some type of skin condition, some type of form of alopecia, but there's never the accountability. Nobody ever goes back and sits down. That's why I'm so excited about the bro scientist that's coming on the channel in a second. It's actually going to be the end of the month, so a couple of weeks, and you'll have this scientist on, and he's actually a barber, and we talked briefly via email or whatever, but something that he said in one of his videos, he had the accountability of like, hey, you know, my culture, we always put a bunch of braids and you know, oils and butters and greases and tie our scalps down. And as a scientist, when he sat down and started asking the questions, right, he had 3 main questions that he said. I'm so excited for him to break this stuff down to you when he comes here on the channel. But when you sit down and you really start to ask those questions, when you really begin to ask the whys, you can see exactly what caused your follicle miniaturization. You taking little itty bitty pieces of hair, you taking 10 strands of hair and starting to twist them up and push them towards the back. As you twist hair in the front, you pull the tension, you're pulling it towards the back of your head. So what's the first thing that is going to start to recede? The hairline is going to start to recede more and more. Men can get away with it a little more because if you have longer hair and you're a guy, you can kind of do like the little line up look so it look like it's done on purpose. But those are things that end up happening when you do things like that, right? Or even when I make the videos about the different microbes, the different bacterias and forms of yeast and all of the things that live in the scalp, right? When you are using food in your hair, food like coconut milk, right, that you're putting in the freezer, whether you're freezing it or not, there's still living microbes that you're introducing into your scalp's microbiome. And most of the time, like I want you to piece all of these things together, right? So you're making this homemade conditioner with honey, a real conditioner, a bunch of different oils, a body oil, and all of these things, right? But on top of that, you don't use sulfate. You only use sulfate-free shampoo. There are no sulfates in your shampoo. So the shampoo that you're using isn't strong enough to kill the microbes and the different forms of yeast and bacteria that you've added to the scalp. Add in all of this honey and coconut oil and all of the things. You don't even have a shampoo or a conditioner strong enough to kill the yeast and bacteria that's going to cause the balding. So you do that, and then 12 years later, your skin bald, or your hair is thinning out, or your hair is shedding in clumps and you can't figure it out. So you're running product after product after product, and that's where all of these hair product scandals come from, right? The Mielle Organics things. Am I saying that the product was good? Absolutely not. Nobody should be using a product with that many essential oils in it. I don't believe in putting oils and butters and stuff on your scalp unless you're treating an infection. Now, if you were using the Mielle Organics, let's say on your skin cell turnover week, and you putting it on the scalp for 15-20 minutes and then shampooing it off like with a detoxifying shampoo, girl, go ahead. But the way that y'all was doing it, adding it every day or 3 or 4 times a week, or you're not washing your hair for 3 weeks, and then that one day that it is time for you to wash your hair, then you mix water with the shampoo that's already sulfate free. Listen, you mix water with a sulfate-free shampoo, and a sulfate-free shampoo is already not strong enough to kill yeast and bacteria and microbes. So then you mix it with water from your sink. So you mix it with tap water. And then once you mix it with tap water, it's literally doing nothing. You're literally just putting that crap in your head just for nothing. And a lot of you believe, and that's not the clip that I use. that was literally just an example. I care nothing about the person that's in the video. Y'all already know how I get down. I make videos using people as examples all the time. That's why I blur out faces and change voices. If somebody wants to take offense to the video that I made, that is on them, but it is what it is. So as things are moving, right, when we're talking about you using shampoo, what is the reason that you're shampooing your hair? Why are you shampooing your hair? You're shampooing your hair so you can remove yeast and bacteria and microbes and all of the things from the scalp, right? So if your purpose in shampooing your hair is to kill yeast and bacteria, why would you use a shampoo that's not strong enough to kill yeast and bacteria? It's just a question. I'm asking questions today. Right now, you're my lab partner, and we're you working on something and I'm working on something. We got two different theories. I'm asking you a question. If the purpose of shampooing your hair is to remove microbes, yeast, bacteria, all of the things from the scalp, why would you use a sulfate-free shampoo when sulfate-free shampoos are not strong enough to remove or kill yeast, bacteria, or microbes? And then why would you add water and dilute it when that's going to make it even weaker? And last question, in this scenario, did you kill any yeast and bacteria with using that shampoo like that? No? Okay. So then after you do that, you then combine it with all of these other microbes. The food that you put in your body is living. It's a real thing. And the shampoo and conditioner that's in the bottle, a chemist made it to the point where it's not going to keep growing. You won't have mold in your shampoo if you leave it in the garage for 4 weeks and it's hot in the garage. There won't be mold on the inside of the bottle. Why? Because of the way that the chemist formulated it. However, if you take that little homemade conditioner that you made with the honey and stuff and you leave it in the garage right next to that same shampoo and conditioner, it's going to have mold on it and probably bugs. Why? Because they're living microbes in it. So those same living microbes that are in that bowl that are going to surface there, so you'll be able to see them with the naked eye after a couple of days. Just because you can't see them with the naked eye doesn't mean that they're not there. Okay, so the same things that are going to create mold and stuff, if you just leave that same bowl that you just mixed, leave it on the counter, the same thing that's going to make it create mold, you're putting that in your hair. And you're only using sulfate-free shampoo, so you never kill it. So again, all of the microbes, everything, all the yeast, the bacteria, everything that doesn't belong is now in your head and is not going anywhere because you don't use shampoo. You use sulfate-free shampoo, which is not strong enough to kill yeast and bacteria like we talked about. And then on top of that, with you going behind that, layering up with oils and butters and greases and all of the things, you can clearly see how these patterns and routines end up leading to you having unhealthy hair. And that's just what it is. And it's really, really unfortunate, but so many women end up struggling with that simply due to the fact that they won't let go of hacks. They won't let go of do it yourself and all of the things. Food does not belong in your hair. And down the line, like I've been telling you guys for years,
100% natural, and we are actually getting rid of a lot of heat damage that she had from a previous hairstylist. There is a way that you can get rid of heat damage without doing a big huge chop, and it will look absolutely amazing. So like I said in my
these things end up having long lasting effects. And of course, there are going to be some naysayers like, oh my gosh, she's making stuff up. Girl, I do not care, because as you can see, In 2025, I was not making things up. I was trying to warn y'all and try to keep y'all from experiencing the things that you're now experiencing. But I wasn't making nothing up. That's one thing. One thing that we can all say as a definite. Let me know in the comments real quick. We can all say for sure that I wasn't making it up. But one thing you will see though right now is everybody scrambling and trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do, and you don't have to do that. You need to follow the science of the human body. It's very simple. This woman right here, she was experiencing heat damage. Why? Because she went to a professional that flat ironed hair with oil. So she got her hair cooked like chicken, like the video I made you about. But I need you to understand something. Even if you don't, let's say you flat iron your own hair at home, right? But let's say you made the same conditioner concoction that like the something like the person whose video I used as an example. Let's say you make conditioner like that, right? So if it's just conditioner, you're not shampooing that out. So all of that oil, all of that coconut oil, I mean all of the coconut milk and all of that is still in your hair. Then you blow dry your hair and turn around and flat iron it. Do you have any idea what the heating point, the boiling point is of honey, of coconut milk, and all of these things that you put in your hair? No, you have no idea. So you put these things in your hair. You only wash it out or rinse it out. You don't use shampoo. And even if you did shampoo it out, it was sulfate free, so it didn't remove all of it. Then you flat ironed your hair. It oxidized, and now you have oxidative stress within the follicle and don't know why. Guess what? Even if you didn't use a blow dryer, even if you didn't use a flat iron after, if you sat under a hooded dryer and let's say you the oil that you mixed in there, because the person was like, oh, there are a bunch of different oils. Let's say grapeseed oil, for example, was one of those oils that was in there. When you sit under the dryer, that grapeseed oil is going to oxidize and is going to turn toxic on the scalp. And then you'll be getting inflammation because that was the trigger. Please let me know that you're picking up what I'm putting down. Hello, because scientifically, all of it adds up. All of it makes sense. All of it. If you look at the track record, if you look at the patterns and routines, if you look at the products, if you look at you not properly cleansing the scalp, because at the end of the day, that's all shampoo's for. Like I said, why? Why do you shampoo your hair? You shampoo your hair to cleanse bacteria and yeast and parasites and microbes off the scalp. That's what you're doing. Okay. So because we know the why, right? We're shampooing our hair so we can kill yeast and bacteria, things that don't belong there. Okay. So the next question is what? What is going to be strong enough for me to kill the yeast and bacteria and the microflora of the scalp? What's strong enough, right? And is sulfate-free shampoo strong enough to kill the yeast and bacteria on the scalp? What's the answer to that? How about nah? Sulfate-free shampoo is not strong enough to kill the yeast and bacteria parasites that live on the scalp. They are not. It's not, period. That's a fact. So the question was, what? We know why. Why am I shampooing my hair? To remove yeast and bacteria. What do I use? Something strong enough to kill the yeast and bacteria on there. So then again, what product am I using? Sulfate-free shampoo. Oh, that's not going to be an option for me. Why? Is not strong enough to kill it. So I'm literally shampooing my hair for nothing because the purpose is to remove microbes. Another thing that annoys my spirit from the core. Most people who tell you, listen to me. There's another girl that's here on YouTube. I think her hair grew back by now, but she had CCCA. A big, huge bald spot in the middle of her head. And you know what thing she used to tell all of her people? The same thing that the example that I used to tell people, which was only shampoo the scalp and let the shampoo just drip down your hair. Listen to me. I've already given you a video on the different forms of yeast and bacteria that live on the scalp. I'll leave a couple of them in the description box below. But do you understand that when you shampoo something off of the scalp, it has to make its way out the scalp and down the hair shaft. You do know that your hair is a porous fiber, right? So if you're not shampooing your hair, if you're not vigorously shampooing your hair, what makes you think that it's clean? And it's such an ignorant statement to me. Like, that's like saying, oh yeah, when you wash your drawers, when it's your drawers where the booty is, you can just drop it in the water, just let it soak. You don't gotta scrub it, just soak it, dip it in the water, and then throw it in the dryer. That's some nasty shit, and that's what y'all are doing to y'all hair. That literally makes no sense. So whatever is on the scalp, whatever yeast, bacteria, dirt, anything that's on the scalp is dripping down the hair shaft. The cleansing agent isn't dripping down. The bacteria, the yeast, the dirt, the oil, the dead skin, that's dripping down the hair shaft. Oh my God. So low key, your scalp need one shampoo, and then your hair needs a whole nother shampoo to get rid of what was removed from the scalp. Y'all, like, sometimes it makes me feel like I am on like a different planet by myself, because to me what I just said excuse me, to me what I just said was like common sense, like duh. But no, like, a lot of people really don't get that part. That is one of the leading causes for scalp inflammation. I'm trying to tell you, some of the bald head people that y'all listen to, I'm trying to tell you, I can have their hair growing back tomorrow. I can have their hair growing back tomorrow. If we really sit down and think about the patterns and routines that we follow, we are directly responsible for the balding, for the thinning, for the alopecia. That's why you'll see certain videos of people, they'll be like, oh, all of my hair fell out, but I did this and it grew back. Why? It's because you're not even old enough to be experiencing those type of hormonal issues. It was self-inflicted. It was self-inflicted. It was because of the patterns and routines that you have. And when your patterns and routines change, when you stop using oils, when you stop using butters, when you stop putting your hair in twists every 5 minutes, when you stop combing and detangling your hair wet with conditioner, when you stop doing all of the things that y'all are always, not y'all, when you stop doing all of the things that people get mad that I say not to do, when you stop doing those things, everything turns around. It's a fact. So I want to ask you, are you going to be a person who wastes your money? Because there are a whole lot of people, there are thousands of people within the 7-day challenge, and there are a really big number of people who are still doing your 2-strand twist. Why? Because the people on social media are louder. They're getting more views. They're getting more likes. So you think that they're the ones with the answers. Listen, I'll be here. I have so much patience. So when you get tired, I'll be here. When you get tired of playing this product game, when you get tired of playing this little hairstyle game, I'll be here. Nobody should be in their hair for hours upon hours. It's not a thing. I love y'all so much. If you want to wear twists and stuff as a protective style, like cute for a couple of weeks or like a month or something, ooh, that's cute. But girl, this new craze that y'all are now following is gonna end the same way the rest of them ended. Remember rice water? I told y'all not to do that and y'all were all mad at me. That's over now. Remember apple cider vinegar? Oh, y'all was so mad at me. Remember all y'all favorite YouTubers was telling y'all, ooh, go buy this. Or then remember after apple cider vinegar, we had Curl Smith. And everybody was like, ooh, look, Curl Smith is amazing. Ooh. Then even before all of that, it was Vagisil. Y'all was mixing Vagisil with Blue Magic and putting that in y'all hair. It's been so many things that I've been here through all of it, reminding you of what you did and that you are the cause of the situation that you're in. And I'm going to ask you, like I've asked every single time with every other thing that I told y'all not to do. Are you done? Are you tired yet? Are you tired of wasting your money? Are you tired of spending all of your time looking at angry blogs where women are mad? Are you tired of feeling chained and shackled to wearing your hair in braids or in twists or in an afro just because you're black, because you can do both. Oh, trust and believe. It's like if I'm feeling that way, like I'll have an afro for the day, but it's for the day. You can have set patterns and routines, but you're sovereign and you are not put in chains. The thing is, we were fighting against, you can't tell us how to wear our hair. We're black. Let us express ourselves. To now, the only black woman who can express herself freely is a black woman who decides to put her hair in braids, twist, or afro. Any other black woman, you're not allowed to express yourself in the way you like to wear your hair. Otherwise, you're ashamed to be black. These are the things that I want you to think about. These are the conversations that I want you to start having with some of your friends. And it may be uncomfortable, but these are all of the things that I want y'all to think about. Instead of y'all having drama-filled days, why don't y'all have days where y'all just sit down and go look at all of y'all favorite YouTubers pages all of these years later and go back and see how many times they were using oils and butters and greases and things of that nature, and where is their hair now, right now? Okay, I love you guys so much. Let's talk in the comments, and in the next video we're gonna talk about the powers of onions. Oh my god, I'm gonna get so nerdy, but her hair looked absolutely beautiful. Let me know what you think about how her hair came out in the comments below. Again, just because you have heat damage does not mean you have to cut all your hair off, girl. She didn't cut any hair off. We just shaped everything up, and now sister's slanging and banging. Again, talk to you in the comments. Bye.